Hey guys, Joe Robert here, back again. The POD Pod, episode 4, right? We're here, right? Like we did 4 episodes. Well, this is the 4th, so we don't technically have 4 yet, but welcome back, right? Like super excited to keep on doing this podcast for you guys. So we try to upload it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So super excited that you guys are here. Like I said, this is episode 4. We are brought to you by podninjas.com. You can find all of the episodes on podninjas.com/podcast. More to come soon. More areas where you guys can listen to this. Right now we're on SoundCloud and YouTube. So more to come soon. All of the details are available on podninjas.com/podcast. So super excited, like I said, to have you guys here. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is kind of building on some of the things that I've currently been talking about, right? I'm trying to get you guys going with print on demand and sharing some of the tips, tricks, things that I've learned, things that I've observed with the people that I work with. And what I want you guys to focus on, and kind of like what I'm going to talk about today, is kind of like the mindset, right, that you guys need in order to run a successful print-on-demand Shopify store. And what I mean by that is there are so many people that start a print-on-demand or a Shopify store or really anything, and they don't take it seriously, or they think that things are going to happen easy, right? And I talked about this a little bit in one of the episodes. I forget exactly which one, but I talked about it a little bit, and I wanted to expand on it a little bit because it's something that I'm seeing more and more, and it's really upsetting to me because, you know, obviously I'm somebody who's had a little bit of success with my print on demand and my e-commerce ventures, and, you know, as someone who has had success, I know that it's possible, and I get really upset when I see people give up, or I get really upset when I see people that don't take it seriously, or they don't treat it like it's a real business. And one of the things that I wanted to particularly touch about today is, you know, the mindset that you guys have to have when it comes to the amount of work needed and the amount of money that you're going to have to spend on your Shopify store. And a lot of times, you know, people make these crazy YouTube videos or these crazy Facebook posts like, hey, I started a Shopify store, and in my first month, I did, you know, X amount of dollars, okay? Or they write something like, how I turned $20 into 10,000. And while that stuff is possible, right? And some of these people, like including myself, like use titles like that because these are new stores that we're starting after we've already learned how to have success with Shopify, right? So for you guys who might have never had success before and you're just starting Shopify, like you're going to have a tough time starting Shopify with $20 and turning it into 10 grand or something like that. And what I want you guys to do is almost like, first off, like pace yourself, right? Like come up with a way to, you know, okay, this week I'm going to do this. This next week I'm going to do this. And then this week after that, I'm going to make sure I have this done. Like come up with a game plan so that you can come up with, you know, simple things that you can check off and that you don't instantly feel like, hey, within 30 days, like I need to make some money or I'm giving up. Okay, I've seen that happen so many times where people come in and they, you know, launch a few Facebook ads and they don't make any money and then they're done. Because they it's not going to work for them is what they think, and or it's costing too much money, and that's something that I wanted to talk about too. Is a lot of times, you know, people, they expect to start this business and then they realize, you know, how expensive Facebook ads are, and they run a couple ads and they give up. And what I really want you guys to do is almost get yourself like a budget. Okay, and when I say budget, I mean an overall budget. Okay, like what is the dollar amount that you are willing to lose without getting any of it back? Okay, like what would you be comfortable spending and failing? Okay, I want you guys to get to a point where, because what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to spend some money. Like if you want to give this an honest shot and you want to give your Shopify store and all your e-commerce ventures an actual shot at being successful, like you're going to have to spend some money. So what is the dollar amount that you are comfortable losing total or on a month-to-month basis? Okay. And then whatever that is, figure out how you're going to spend it. Okay. So if your dollar amount is $1,000, figure out how you're going to spend it. Don't do what most people do and start off and immediately buy a $300 theme, because you're going to instantly only have about half your budget left, right? So let's say that you have $1,000 to start, okay? You're probably going to want to spend some money on a domain name. That'll cost you like $10. Probably going to want to spend some money on Shopify, right? Like that's $29 a month. Probably going to want to spend some money on designs, okay? Probably allocate a good amount, a few $100, okay? Allocate some money to some Facebook ads, a few $100 to be able to test. And then the rest of it is just kind of leftover, right? Like it's things that you guys are going to be able to use as a discretionary set of money, right? Like you're going to be able to, invest in some training or some consulting, or, someone to design something for your store, or someone to, do something for you, right? Like that's what some of that money is going to be for. And what I want you guys to really focus on is, like I said, find that dollar amount that you guys are comfortable spending to give this Shopify thing an honest shot, because most of you guys are starting it and you have no idea what you even, are willing to spend, or you have no idea what you're actually going to spend. And I see this happen all the time. People think they're going to start Shopify. They spend $29 on the store and they pay a designer, and then from there they're going to be profitable. And that's, couldn't be further from the case, right? Like you guys are going to have to put in some work, and it's going to cost you guys some money. So I give you guys this advice because I want you guys to really think about the fact that this is a real business, okay? Nobody opens a pizza shop and they just give it a little test drive, right? Like they don't just go down, sign a lease, and then bring all their equipment in and start making pizza. But then if no one comes and buys the pizza, then they just kind of give up and they don't really lose any money, right? That's not how it goes. Someone who's opening a pizza shop, right, before they even sell a single pizza, they typically will make a business plan. They will go and they will figure out, okay, all of the equipment that I need will cost me this much. Any professional training on how to actually make pizza will cost me this much. My rent will cost me this. My employees will cost me this. All the certifications for them is going to cost me money too. And they come up with this dollar amount that it's going to cost them to start. And whether they know it or not, that dollar amount is really the number that they are comfortable losing and not making any back, because that is what they spend before they even get to the point where they're making any money back. And that's what I want you guys to do too. Really, that's all I wanted to address today, is that if you guys haven't thought about that, you need to, because it's going to help you out and it's going to make things run much smoother. You're going to be less anxious because you're not going to be feeling like you're spending money so much. But if you just come up with, hey, you know what? I got $5,000 and I want to try to turn this Shopify store into something that could eventually, pay my bills, or maybe you have just $1,000 and you want to get to the point where you can buy your groceries with your Shopify store, right? Like you got to come up with a dollar amount that you're comfortable spending on a monthly basis or a lifetime basis or whatever. And if you lost that money, then you would be okay with it, because you would know that you gave Shopify an honest and real chance, and you really tried, and you did it the right way, and you hired professional help, or you took a course, or you paid a good designer, or got a real nice logo made, or something like that. So many times I see people that don't want to spend money on designs, they don't want to spend money on a logo, they don't want to buy a theme, they don't want to buy a course, they don't want to learn from someone who's done this. They try it themselves and they struggle for a year, they spend a ton of money, and they don't have any success because they didn't take the time to think about exactly how much money they were willing to spend to turn their Shopify store from zero all the way into something that could provide them with a great income. So that's the topic that I wanted to talk about today. Hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. You guys can find more on podninjas.com/podcast. On that page, you guys can find our Facebook page. And if you guys want to follow the page and suggest episodes for the future, you guys definitely can do that. So I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me today talk about print on demand, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.